All right, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are getting at it. Alphnid, beneath a star-filled sky. A little bit of gear, a little bit of experience. Alphnid would rather not worry about what may or may not come to pass. There's not to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we will have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commando Blyden of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? I mean, I ain't got nothing else to do, so sure. Let's get on over here and tell him all about it. Where you at, Captain? Captain Boo dying? Ah, you are a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst. But they said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it. But not half as glad as my men be. Believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal is a primal. And there ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we lived to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane. Very well.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness. I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Garlean behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Eorzea. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
Nah. Let's see what our choice is. I traveled far and wide with two companions, Estine and Misha, Wilbury. Under some rather unique circumstances, I had pleasure by alongside of Sir Emmerich. When Alpha and I came, the last of the Dwarven hinterlands. Yeah, that's a good one. Also tell her
We
about
had no
Greta.
clear memories of our life in the hinterlands, having returned to the motherland as infants. Nevertheless, I am quite familiar with Master Matoya, as is every Garlean. I should like to speak with her someday. 'Twould not surprise me if Alphino's recent maturation was at least somewhat due to her sage guidance. I would never tell him this, of course, but there have been moments when I've caught myself thinking of him as an elder brother. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, warrior of light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
Call them stars burning bright. Imagine in a couple trillion years looking up and all the stars have been burned out.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too-delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Is that Eorzea, or whatever his name is, from the Shifting Sands? Hey, what a story. What a story. So they're going to try and lure me out, are they? Well, what ho, Tickman, I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and your shoulder via link pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. According to the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation, Sir Emeric believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look onto recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urangor another. Wait, where is Erisai? She was here a moment ago with Gabu. I don't know where she went. Am I doing another hunt? It's like I'm hunting again. Where could they be? There they are. Don't jump. Don't jump, Gabu. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be all right. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Biden, something tells me you are not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. Not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. Maybe I'll take him as a pet. He can travel the world with me. You will look after him, won't you, Commander, and treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath that anguish and despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to, and I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst. And fill up again with your love for them. And never, ever forget. Come along, little one. I'll remember them, and you, Azai. Thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A thousand times over, aye, there will be a reckoning. What now? Return to the walking sands. Okay, so we talk to Durango. See what he's got to say about this. And off we go. Let's fly. Show him the dragon again. And hopefully my little dragon won't sneeze and spit fire everywhere. He might have the Rona. It is transmissible by dragons. Some new science just came out. You didn't know. Alright, let's see the man in the mask. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogromer. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Luminosa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Praise from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the warriors of darkness could make their matters worse. It was by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weighs heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Jurum oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the warriors of darkness. Through their copious use of the allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracle paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin when every umbra calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. In 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Menethea speak unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections, they and the scions are rejoined. Frail flesh undone in umbra fires, each soul surrendered to her call, to flow into the inner sea, there to endure as one and none. Then, if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die. In essence, I, for speaketh of the reunification of the flesh and subsequent return to the lifespan. However, this fate may yet be preferable to an alternative. For if the first were to fail or fall to transcendent light in the manner of the warriors of darkness described, it would give way into void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, by reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which turneth unto the source may be born anew, saved. Such, at least, is their belief, I surmise. That is true, then, gods. No one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. Seeing that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Mahang parties. Mahangs? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, and lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Essenes did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ragnar. Individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamahingo liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Elaine Rosling, network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not surprising. You read of leadership and haunted by the Alliance. I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with Ashes, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which receive the crystals without delay. Tickman, outside. You come with me to Little Alamahingo. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Outfit, how's it, Tickman? Are you three listening? Good. I have tidings. Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A curious interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you are sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too? What few remained, regrettably, it seemed they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It was bound for Little Amigo, we are told, where it would be received by members of the local resistance group. Since Sir Akamac men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ah, there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Ah, wait a moment, there's more. And I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one of the Eline Royale, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Shorter Necks, but is there someone else who would have me notify first? No, there isn't. Strange how our guy knew. Where did he get his info from? I have to find that out in another episode. Speak with Alfred again. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Eringer's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. Archon was one of grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time as the Lavero estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, Little Amigo awaits. Man, this one's going some more. Amigo, here we go. Where you at? Alright. Alfred? Still no signs of Thancred. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me, it has been a long day. Did you have something to say? Ranger. Oh, I always struggle to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, man, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I'm prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters, since we have no idea when Tancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Beneath the star-filled sky is complete. Man, that was a good long one right there. But it's done, so come on back tomorrow and see what's cracking.